Hi guys, and welcome back to Barrie Real Estate TV, a weekly web series I'm doing in partnership with 705contracting.ca. I'm your host Luke Bouillon, a real estate broker with C21 right here in the beautiful city of Barrie. This is episode 13, and today we're going to be talking about real estate deposits, how they work, where they go, and what they mean to you. I get a lot of questions about deposits from buyers and sellers alike. One of the most common ones is, what's the difference between a deposit and a down payment? Well, your down payment is a sum of money that you're putting down towards the purchase price of your home. In a lot of cases, it's 5%, but it can be 10, 20%, or even more. This all depends on the terms you've agreed to with your lender. The more you put down, the lower your monthly payment and the less interest you'll pay. But there are a multitude of reasons why you might put down more or less. The down payment is usually not due until the day of closing. That's the day you get your keys to your new home. But your lender might want to see it in your account sometime before, so make sure to check with them on that. A deposit, however, is a smaller sum of money that's due during the negotiation process. This will, in the end, count towards your down payment, but it's rarely enough to cover the entire sum. The next question that comes up is, when must the deposit be paid? Well, the standard purchase agreement in Ontario gives the buyers two choices. You can either submit your deposit with the offer immediately, or you can elect to pay it within 24 hours of your offer being accepted. Most buyers will choose the latter. We almost always provide the deposit within 24 hours. However, if you are in a multiple offer situation or you're in a bidding war, you may be encouraged to come up with your deposit sooner rather than later to show good faith and make your offer more attractive. Can the buyer get out of a deal by refusing to pay the deposit? The answer is no. Once an offer is accepted, you can't change your mind. The seller will resell the property if the deposit is not received, but if they receive a lower amount, they can come after you and sue you for the difference, plus legal fees. This can get very expensive, so make sure you're prepared to proceed before making that offer. What happens if a deposit is late? The seller can cancel the deal. It's at their option, and I've seen this happen many times. If your deposit's late even by only a few minutes, the seller will cancel the deal, especially if they have a buyer waiting who will pay more than you. So make sure that you get your deposit on time, and if you'll need more time than the standard 24 hours, specify so in your initial offer. How much should a buyer pay as a deposit? Well, this is a tough question because it depends on a multitude of factors, including location, the value of your home, and how much interest there is in the home. There's places up north where deposits are often only a couple $100s. In Toronto, it tends to be about 5% of the sale price. Here in Barrie, deposits generally range between $5,000 and $10,000, but it's not unusual for it to be $50,000 or more, especially in a bidding war. Why does the deposit go to the seller's agent and not to the seller? This is to protect the buyer in case of any difficulties. If the seller were to go bankrupt, you would not be able to go after them for the deposit if you've given it to them directly. As your deposit is held by your realtor, this is kept in trust, and even if the real estate brokerage goes bankrupt, there's insurance and legal ramifications to protect you and make sure you get your deposit back. This is also an important consideration when dealing with a for sale by owner. Never give the deposit to the owner directly. Your real estate agent can rewrite the contract to ensure that the deposit is held by their brokerage instead of giving it to the sale by owner. This way, if there's any difficulties, you'll make sure that you're protected. If the buyer is unhappy with their home inspection report, can the seller refuse to return the deposit? This actually happens more often than you might think. A deposit can't be released unless the buyer and seller both agree. So if the seller believes that the buyer has not acted in good faith in satisfying their conditions, be that the financing, the home inspection, or the review of the condominium status certificates, they can elect to keep the deposit, which means it stays in the real estate broker's trust account until a judge decides who gets it. There are a few things you can do to mitigate yourself from this risk, especially if you're giving a larger than average deposit. You can ask your agent to build into the contract that you're going to give two deposits, one smaller one immediately with the offer, and a larger one later after conditions have been satisfied. That said, I've never come across a seller who's refused to return a deposit as long as the reason was legitimate, so I wouldn't be overly concerned about this. But buyers who are using the home inspection as a way to scapegoat and get out of an offer for invalid reasons should definitely be very wary of this approach. I'm surprised how often I even see agents suggesting that you can cancel a deal based on a home inspection condition. This can land you in a lot of trouble. A home inspection is meant to uncover significant issues that alter the value of a home. You can't use a broken light switch cover or a leaky faucet to kill a deal based on home inspection. If you do, you'll land in front of a judge and it will cost you thousands. These are the broad strokes. If you have any questions about a particular home or how much a deposit should be or different things, ways things can be done differently, give me a call anytime to discuss one-on-one. As always, I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, topics you'd like to see covered in future videos, reach out to me anytime. You'll find me at lukebouillon.com as well as on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, have a great day and happy house hunting. We'll see you soon.